Plug in. No, plug this.
There's free space now.
Yeah, we're putting the center. It is well. I've been sitting at the system. I was just lost in time. They were just asking me, and I said I have a meeting by 1, and it's just sorry about the time mix-up. Yeah, well, so
no, I talked to Chris.
Okay.
And he told me that he wants to have a communication with you, and I will share your email if that will be okay with you.
Who is Chris?
Chris is the registrar of clubs, the person who registers club.
Yes, yeah. That will be okay.
I even forwarded the group objectives and.
I said you should let me see that thing before you forward it.
No, it is the one that you forwarded to me.
I said you should put it on a letterhead that you create a logo for the group and a logo for USIU, and let me see it before you forward it.
Oh, then I'll just redo the work again and then share it with you before I forward it to him again.
Okay. So we are welcome today. There's something I've been battling with that I wanted us to look into. Actually, I want us to work with Tableau today because I was trying to answer that question too that had to do with Tableau in chapter 3.
Oh, yeah.
But I downloaded the Tableau, I started it, and the trial version is over, and I've made request for students lecturer version. They've not been able to give me, and to allow me to download the trial version, they are not allowing me. So that's what I've been trying to battle with, requesting this lecturer student version. They've not gotten back to me. So let me try and see, but I don't know if it is a matter of information now, because I'm trying to see if I can use my daughter's system for the practicals I want us to do today, and see if I can download Tableau there. But have we, because my trial version is over and they are not allowing me to, but I made a request even for 105 students that wanted to use it for a course, but they've not gotten back to me. Who can help us on that? What do we do about that?
So can we still use the trial version so that I can?
Yes, everybody in class today will use the trial version, but what I'm saying is that my trial version is over and I don't know what to do. And they are not allowing me to reuse any trial version. And before, even over about a month ago, I've asked for lecturer student version but they've not responded. I asked for 105 students because we are about that in the group, but they've not responded. So I don't know how to go about it.
Because I also, my trial version is also over.
So what did you do?
I attempted, okay, the problem was that I'm not using my machine today, but I had done, I was doing the neuro solution and the Tableau, and all my versions are over. The neuro solution was for 70 days and it's also over.
So what do we do now? How do we do with this Tableau issue?
Mhm.
Nicholas, have you downloaded trial version of Tableau?
No, I haven't.
Martin, have you downloaded the trial version of Tableau? Because the idea was that today now we are supposed to, you know, I got a video, you know, on just introduction to Tableau, and so that we just manipulate some data and just get used to the Tableau. Because on my first entrance to Tableau, trying to look at that one problem, I was a bit stranded. But now the trial version is even over. Okay, so Harry, what do you have access to? You don't have access to anything to now.
Yes, I'm already done with the trial versions.
This is not interesting. So what can we have? Because I too have been on it since yesterday. They said my trial version, I uninstalled, I reinstalled. They said my trial version is over.
For me, they don't accept my USIU email. They accepted my personal email, and that's why the trial version was over. If they would have accepted the USIU email, it would have been better.
I use USIU email. Maybe I should try. Let me try.
Email?
Yes, with a personal email. Salom, system, okay. So for the others, Nicholas and Martin, we are trying to download the trial version of Tableau from the exercise in, where's my glasses, please? It says we should try and get the student version. So we go to tableau.com. Or do you have Tableau, access to Tableau in your school?
Just call it.
Hmm?
Just call it. Is it Renaissance Wi-Fi you're using for your distance?
No, it's I think it's my phone Wi-Fi. Renaissance Wi-Fi is not working. Hmm? Maybe we might, some of this software, we might need to officially ask for it, right?
Yes.
So you might go to them in IT, I think them Beatrice, and let's officially ask that this be bought.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because if it is bought officially, we won't be having all this problem. Tableau.com. Tableau is not. For UK, you might have access to it in your school. So Nicholas and David, are you there? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, do you know what you are going to do? Let's
Download the
go.
trial version.
Huh?
Download the trial version.
Yes, let's download the trial version. Then we'll go through a video and just do some practical, the things that the person did, so that we can know how to apply to our own problems. Enter your email. So Martin, I hope you are downloading your trial version too. Harvey, can you try using somebody else's email?
Now I'm trying to use my other email as well.
Okay. So that at least we can do something practical today. Ismail, you're welcome. We are trying to download the trial version of Tableau. So you can go to tableau.com and download. We want to do something a bit practical today. So what's going to happen is that I will share the video, then we'll try and follow what the man is been working on.
Okay.
But it's still downloading on my daughter's system.
Somebody is requesting for the link where he can download the Tableau.
Just go to tableau.com, right?
Yeah.
Just go to tableau.com and ask for trial version. There's a free student. They say we should go to free students and whatever lecturer, whatever, what we are looking for a trial version. That's at least for 2 weeks, after which we will now, I want to believe. Then did you try that student version? You didn't take it?
No, I didn't take the student's version.
Because I tried the lecturer and student version. I applied. They sent me a mail. They said I should respond. I responded. They have not said anything. I think we should. So have we finished downloading?
I think people, do you mind sharing the link? Because I'm seeing here, there's somebody who is not seeing.
Okay, tableau.com. If we look at the exercise in chapter 3, number 2, tableau.com. Who has finished installing?
No, mine is still working on it.
Huh?
No, mine is still installing it.
Martin and Nicholas, are you with us?
Yes, Miss, I am.
Are you installing?
Yes.
Oh, I shall come and fill this. Come and fill this registration. So Avery, you might need to get to Beatrice and tell her to register Tableau, that they should purchase Tableau. They should put it among the software for purchase.
Okay, I'll just inform her.
Mm.
Is it Tableau.com?
No,
Come again?
we've shared the link. Check there's a
Check,
link inside the chat section.
Tableau.com. Is in the chat. Somebody left. Martin, Daniel, somebody left.
Yeah, I think there's a connection issue on his side. Let me just call Joseph.
Eu que je peux faire mon monsieur, petit stomac.
Miss, I was having this idea and I didn't know how it can be implemented.
What's that?
You've seen so many terror attacks happening on tall buildings and people being abducted inside tall buildings. So I thought of a technology whereby I don't know how it can be implemented, but we use electricity to electrocute everyone who has a metal inside the building.
Really?
Yes, because there's I saw it with the US Army.
Okay.
But now this one, it was just to make their minds to be alert. They were being electrocuted for them to be alert.
Okay.
But now, how about if it is being used? You just you even insert the kilometers that the electricity can cover, the area that the electrocution can take.
What is a tall building?
It doesn't matter which building it is, but
Okay.
any building. Now the problem is the area of coverage. Now we don't know how many kilometers it can go, or will it affect other people even living as in other places as well.
Mm. And maybe
So,
we study the existing system that they have, then we see how we can implement it at our own local level.
now for them it is just a shotgun. For them they are using it's like a shotgun, whereby they connect the shotgun. The shotgun has some wires, so they connect it to your body system.
And now you said if somebody is carrying a metal in a building.
Yes.
What if the metal is a bunch of keys?
And now everyone is being electrocuted as long as you have a metal, because we are assuming that not everyone is a suspect in that building, and
Okay.
also not everyone is a good person as well.
Okay, now they have to point the gun to the person for the person to be electrocuted.
They don't have to point a gun to a person. As long as you are carrying any metallic stuff, you're being electrocuted.
Now, they have a metal detector.
You don't die. I
know they have a metal. That means they are using like something like a 5 volts or 2 point something volts.
No, not even 2.5 volts. Now that one, it can be a little bit high, because you see, if you're electrocuted with a voltage of 250 volts, you can't die.
What do you mean? 220 volts is killing people. Is that not the normal electricity that people put hand in and they die?
No. 250 to 40 volts, that is the voltage that we use in the house.
And it kills.
How?
It kills.
I've been electrocuted with a fridge for so many days, but I've not died.
No, it's not like that. No, you know, I'm sure they are using something very low as I don't know, maybe 20 to 50 volts. Or what goes into a system, because what goes into a system doesn't electrocute. They will use something very low. But now what we need a metal detector. Then the metal detector will be connected to, once it detects a metal, then it transmits. Then you need another device that is connected, a third device that once a metal is detected, it transmits electricity to the person carrying it.
Yes.
And let's see the existing system. We can only see the existing system that they have and see how we can manipulate it our way. So has everybody finished installing Tableau?
No, I think it's taking a little bit, maybe like 10 more minutes. It will be 10? Done on my end as well. 10 or 5.
No, Havri, you know you're a senior student. So let us hear from the others.
5 more minutes, madam.
Excuse me.
Yes, dear.
excuse me, mine is not yet done, but I have a class. I have a class that is starting at 5:40. I'm asking if I can leave the meeting so that I can join it.
Okay. Is this meeting being recorded?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, it's being recorded. We try and see. So now that we have a lady joined, and Beatrice, you left again. Why are people having network connections? Actually, I'm connecting from my phone and I'm hotspotting from my phone.
Today there is a problem with even network connections on this other side.
So you said 5 more minutes to install. How many people are still installing? Raise up your hand. Let us know how many people are with us. We are 2 people remaining. Mohammed, are you installing?
Yeah.
Let us install and just practice what this man did. At least it gives us a basic knowledge of Tableau. Then, I don't know, is average should be able to, that's the exercise you said you have done. If we can do that, maybe we create time later at night, in the middle of the night, and practice what you said you have done.
Okay.
Because once this is over, I have some stuff to do, but if we can do something late at night, maybe around 11, 12, I don't know. Please call me because your time is different from mine. I'm in the US, so the time is quite different.
Okay.
So that we can practice that's other one that you said you have done. But let's have a basic practice now. Mohammed, how many minutes more? Are you already installing?
3 minutes.
Three more minutes.
Okay. I hope you have passed the downloading. You are installing already.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody else has dropped. Your network was actually a problem for me back home too. So I just felt that even coming here, I'll be able to get some more stable network, but I'm still connecting from my phone. So what we do is let's get what they did, the existing system, how it works. Then we see how we tailor it to what we want to do. And another thing we still need to do here is to download one data. Martin and Daniel, they should try and log in back.
I think one of them was just indicated. I think it's Michael. Yes.
Okay, one has gone for a class.
Power issues.
Power issues. Oh, God will help us. So when we are compiling things that are militating against our reproduction of AI, so we are talking about data, we are talking about power issues, we are talking about what else?
Connectivity issues.
What's connectivity issues here? So Mohammed, are you through? How far?
For me, it's installing. It's in the last process of installation.
Mohammed, how far?
I'm installing, madam.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I heard you.
Yeah. The
Your
download is
system
over, so
doesn't have a video, whatever.
it does, but I just close it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because after installation, you register. Let's just do this. At least we have an idea of how to manipulate. One or two things. Another thing I should have done is probably download that his database, the data that he used. Remember, thanks to ideas, okay. Kini.
Madam,
Yes.
it's asking for a registration. Do I have to register?
Is asking for
Registration. I don't know, the activate tablet.
just fill in your data.
Okay, okay.
Just fill in your data. It is so that it won't allow you another trial version. Are you through registering?
Yeah, still.
Avi, did you succeed?
Yeah.
Okay, since it's already registering, let us start the.
For the country, can I select Kenya or do I need to select any other place?
Mohammed, what did you say?
For the country.
Write your country now.
Okay.
Are you hearing? Are you hearing?
No, please
No,
share the
madam,
sound.
no.
Where is that share? Share. share sound. Okay.
Client's workflow. We have in this
no, it's
example,
okay.
6 different components, and this is going to be different, depending on what type of environment you're working in. But generally, you're going to have the data collection, data exploration, sort of the data wrangling, data munging stage, where you have to pull everything together and clean it for modeling, and then the next step would be modeling, validation, and then reporting. So the way I use Tableau primarily is in the exploration phase and then in the reporting phase. So exploration, I want to basically be able to look at the data. Once I collect it, I want to be able to look at the different variables that exist. I want to see, how the data is distributed, for example, for each variable. I want to see if there's any outliers or anything like that that I want to kick out from the modeling. Because, if you feed bad data into this model, you're going to get some, you're just garbage in, garbage out. So being able to explore the data, I find is really helpful. And sometimes that's really all you need to know if you should move forward or not. If you're trying to look to see if there's some kind of a relationship between variables. Sometimes a quick exploration in Tableau, a nice visual will help give you that. And then also on the reporting side, so once you've built your model, you validated it, and you want to be able to share your results with others, Tableau is also ideal for that. They have great reporting tools. It doesn't matter really what kind of organization you're in. You can pass, if you have Tableau server or not, you can pass your workbooks on to others so that they can view them as well.
So you want to be a software engineer at Google? Go to algoexpert.io. Pick a question, read the prompt, write.
So what is Tableau? So we kind of covered it briefly in the last slide, but it's just a business intelligence / data visualization tool that allows you to make sense of your data really by looking at it, right? I mean, sometimes we're looking at millions of rows of data. I mean, you could check maybe the first 100 or first few thousand and look at the data, but that's really not efficient, and it's really not feasible these days to be able to just look at the data and figure out what's going on. With big data, and there's millions, tens of millions of rows, billions of rows potentially, and being able to throw this stuff quickly into a tool like Tableau and look at it really, really helps a lot. So here you have Tableau desktop and then the server version. So we're going to be using the desktop version today, specifically Tableau Public, which is free. You can download it for free from their website. And that's just the software that you download to your computer. And then the server version actually is within the browser. You can create charts and dashboards and then upload that to the server for consumption throughout your organization. So the interface here for Tableau Desktop is really just drag and drop. It reminds me of a pivot table in Excel. So you drag the columns and rows around to get what you want. And the way that this works is these are the fields here, and it's broken down into dimensions and measures. So a dimension, I think of a dimension as basically a category or a categorical variable. And then a measure is a numerical value. So it could be the number of records, it could be any number of things. And then here you have a filter. You can apply a filter here. And I'll show you how to use this section later, the filter and the mark section. But moving over here, here's where you placed your columns and rows. So if I want to basically show in column form, I want to be able to, let's just say, pull in current status here.
Excuse me?
The columns and then number of records to the row, then it would give me
Excuse me,
status
Prof.
categories along the x-axis.
Just go,
and then
pause the
volume
video first.
for that category along the
Okay.
y-axis here.
Just go to the settings on the YouTube where the video is displaying and then increase the quality of the video.
Salom, come and mute this system for me, please. will still be echoing. I should leave. Mute your system, the system itself. Okay. So you said I should increase the quality where?
Yeah, or next to the CC. Next to the CC, there's that button.
Okay, settings.
Setting, yeah.
Okay.
Quality.
Quality.
Yeah, just press there.
Okay.
I think that's the highest, 720.
Yes. It's not sharp on your end?
It's not that sharp on our end,
Wow.
but it's okay. We can still work with that.
Okay.
So we're going to go over this with the live demo here, but just want to give you a brief introduction to the interface and how it's set up. And this is the end result. You know, once you're able to make a few charts, you could pull it together and make a dashboard like this, for example.
Data storytelling is the one big thing business leaders want. Are you doing it? If not, you should be. But here's the problem. We have all of this.
So now we're going to go ahead and download Tableau Public. I've just Googled Tableau Public here. And you're going to have to put in your email address here to download the app. Go ahead and put mine in there and download it. It may take a while. We're ready to go. Okay, so now I've downloaded Tableau Public. I have the shortcut here was installed on my desktop. And here we needed to connect to a file. So it gives you several options here: Excel, text, JSON, Access, PDF, spatial, or statistical file. And the difference between the Tableau Public version and the Tableau Desktop, which is the paid version, it's about $850, is that you're limited to just a handful of inputs here, just a handful of file types. The desktop version really has.
So that means we can try and download Tableau Public.
If we can get but I've only seen this one option.
Yeah, because
only one option. Yeah.
It's only one option.
Has more options here, and
Yeah.
you can connect to a server like Azure or any sort of cloud environment, so AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud, and pull your data in directly from there here. So we need to go ahead and get our data set, and the data set I'm going to use for this tutorial is the Titanic data set from Kaggle. And I'll include links to Tableau Public and this data set.
So let's try and get this data set because that's what we are using. Titanic. Kaggle. So after, are we all gotten it after
In the
this?
video description. You'll just click on that, And you'll probably have to sign up if you don't have a Kaggle account already. And basically what this is Kaggle is essentially just sort of the online Olympics for data nerds. You have competitions for machine learning, deep learning models. Companies can actually post their data sets on Kaggle and have basically the best data scientists in the world compete to build the best model, and the winner can actually earn money. So it's pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and, I've already got an account, so I'm gonna sign in here. And once you're logged in, you can go to the data tab here, and then we're gonna actually use train.csv. So go ahead and download that. I'm just gonna go ahead and move that to.
Hello, anybody that gets the data set should please
desktop.
share on the chat.
Okay.
Yes. Titanic. The data was called Titanic what?
Now,
Okay, Titanic data sets EDA.
data set. Yes. Did you say we download? Let me just download all of them.
How many are there?
There are 3.
I'm not seeing it. Maybe we should.
Or you just check after you've clicked on the Titanic machine learning from disaster, you will see the data.
Titanic
There's
data sets EDA.
There is overview, there is data, there is code. Now in the data section, that's where you will see.
No, let me go back. Probably I missed something.
Okay.
So after I enter, I have, it's not going back. I should go to, okay, from the home, I go to where? Data set.
From home, there is data set.
Okay.
Yes.
Then from data set, I search for Titanic.
Yes, for Titanic, and you download the CSV or the CSV file.
Titanic's data set. I can see Titanic data set EDA and Titanic data set. Okay. Okay, the CVS file, Brenda Panda.
Yes.
Okay. What is happening? When I click it, it's taking me to still, okay, download 29
Yeah, there's a download option and you have to unzip it. Yeah, but even mine, it's 29.
It's telling me to register or sign in.
That was the first thing that we did. Right now, it's just supposed to download it.
I didn't sign in when I got inside.
You're supposed to download the zipped file.
Okay.
Yeah.
And unzip. This, my own is not zip, it went to Excel straight.
Mine, it's a zipped file.
Probably you picked another option. Tested CSV. Data Explorer. But at least we have a file, right?
Hello, Miss.
Yes. We are
Yes,
not
then.
downloading any other application, Ismail.
Are we downloading something?
No, it's not downloading another application. We are just downloading a file.
We are downloading a file. You can share that CBS file on the chat.
Let me send it.
If you have, since you have downloaded it, share it on the chat so that people can follow. So can we continue with the video now?
Yes.
And now we're going to connect to that CSV file. So it looks like an Excel file, but it's really a flat CSV file. Test 1. So we're going to use text file input here.
Section.
Navigate to the desktop, pull that in.
Okay. Stop that. Let's do that. We went to the desktop and connected to the CSV file. Oh, Microsoft Excel.
Miss, can you reverse it back?
It was text file. Text file, then on the desktop.
My team and I always drove lots of traffic to our site, but hardly anybody ever completed the sign-up process. Until we discovered Oribi. It took us from 5 to 20.
Let's go back a bit.
Go ahead and download that.
Download
Go ahead and move that to my desktop. And now we're going to connect to that CSV file. So it looks like an Excel file, but it's really a flat CSV file. Test 1. So we're going to use text file input here. Navigate to the desktop, pull that in. And once you open Tableau Public and import your data set, it's basically just going to show you all of the...
Yes.
Okay.
No, he's very fast.
It's very fast. But you have gotten the file.
Okay, I've
gotten the file.
Okay, now just go to that file and open it from download where you downloaded it or something. Because I picked mine from download. Okay, do we go ahead?
Data fields that exist. And you may not know what those are. So passenger ID, survived, passenger class, name, example, for example. So Kaggle actually has a data dictionary here on the dataset page. So survival is a categorical variable, 1 standing for yes, 2 meaning no that they didn't survive. Passenger class is the ticket class, so first, second, third class. Sex is the gender, male or female. Age in years, number of siblings, parents, children above the Titanic for the following variables, and then ticket number, fare, cabin number. So the cabin number could be indicative of where they were located on the ship, and then embarked is their port of embarkation. So just looking at this data dictionary, you can kind of get a feel for which variables might be useful and which variables
I don't seem to have a data dictionary.
So survival obviously is very important. We want to look at
just pause it because
correlation
I'm also
between
looking
these
for it.
variables, these other variables, and
maybe his own file is different, but it's just what is this data is like the legend of the data, trying to tell us what each variable is. You know, we have passenger ID, survive, P class, name, age, sex. So these are what they really mean. Like the legend, the key of the data set. Mohammed, are you with us?
I'm somehow behind, madam.
Can you catch up? But you have uploaded the file. That's where we are. It's not, we have not done anything apart from uploading the file and opening it in Tableau.
I didn't upload the file.
I think I've seen where he is at. When he was talking about the dictionary. There's those 3 buttons.
I was in the part when he was talking about and when he was moving the file.
But have you gotten the file, Mohammed?
Yeah.
And then open it as a text file in your Tableau. Harvey, you were saying something.
Yeah, just next to data source order. You see where the data source order is?
Okay.
Wait, where is that? That's also, I'm seeing Microsoft Excel to a file.
You said it was a text file that we should open it as a text file, right?
Yeah, we should open as a text file.
And so show alias, show hidden fields. That's what I have here. Harvey.
Now, for me, I've seen, okay, data source, there are those three, I think there are 4 lines with dots aside on the source field.
Let me,
Okay.
Can I share my screen?
So that we know where you are.
Yeah.
Okay, share. Okay, I've seen what you're saying, Harvey.
Yeah.
And this is where we are. This is where everybody is. So we are just following him. This is where everybody is. So it's talking about this beside a sort field beside the data source. So you can unshare and let's continue with the video.
Yeah, okay.
And whether or not the passenger survived. So now we're going to go back to Tableau. Passenger ID, that's going to be probably not very useful. Survived, that's going to be very important. Passenger class. Passenger name is not going to be very important. The ticket number is unlikely to be significant. Fare, that's how much they paid. Cabin number and embarked. So you can see we have all of these columns here, and you can always reference the data dictionary. So we're going to go ahead and click on sheet 1 at the bottom. And you can...
Sheet 1, Are we all clicked on sheet 1?
Yeah.
And look how Tableau automatically pulls in these different variables. So it makes a determination based on the type of data being pulled in, whether it should be a dimension or a measure. So in this class, in this example, we're going to really just want to look at the number of records and how the number of records relate to these different categories and whether the passengers survive. So we're going to actually go ahead and make all of these a dimension. So for age to become a dimension, we may put that into different bins. So if I want to do that automatically, for example, if I want to choose an age range, let me go ahead and give an example here. If I want to show this going down, you can see here that it's just a measure here. So it's adding up all the ages. But what I really want to see is, is there sort of a correlation between the age and whether or not the person survived? So we actually want to create a measure based on this age measure. Create a dimension, based on this age measure. And we can do that automatically by creating bins. So we can call it age bin.
Wait. So it took age up, right? But I'm having, why is my own?
No, if you click on that age, if you just highlight it, you will see a drop down. Then you go to create.
Create,
and then you select bins.
Create bins.
Yeah, that's where we are at the moment.
Okay, so I should, yeah, he has not taken age up at all, right?
No.
Okay.
The size of the bin is basically the number of years between each bucket. We'll just do 10 years. And if we pull that in there, you see we have a null value. We'll go ahead and pull in the number of records and then circle back to that null. So here we go. Now we have a distribution of all passengers
Wait.
on the
Let me pause.
Titanic. We're going to go ahead and pull out the null here.
Pause. My own is not showing my.
I think just rewind it a little bit.
No, actually, my chart was not vertical bar. That's even where I am having issues. It was showing horizontal bars. Okay. Horizontal, is there where I can flip it?
Now he placed the age on the column section and they survived on the row section. Is that survived or the slab?
I've not even gotten to survive yet. Now I put some age on the column section.
Now you see the age that we had created, it went to the table section.
No, the bin, the age bin.
Yeah, the age bin.
Went to the column section.
You place it, you carry it and place it to the column section. And then,
okay.
I don't know if that one is
Can you reverse the videos?
Let us go back a bit then.
Yeah.
Of data being pulled in, whether it should be a dimension or a measure. So in this class, in this example, we're going to really just want to look at the number of records and how the number of records relate to these different categories and whether the passengers survive. So we're going to actually go ahead and make all of these a dimension. So for age to become a dimension, we may put that into different bins. So if I want to do that automatically, for example, if I want to choose an age range, go ahead and give an example here. If I want to show this going down, you can see here that it's just a measure here. So it's adding up all the ages.
Okay.
No, that one was just an example. That one, he reverted what he had done. That was just an example.
Yes.
Okay.
But what I really want to see is, is there sort of a correlation between the age and whether or not the person survived? So we actually want to create a measure based on this age measure. Create a dimension, based on this age measure. And we can do that automatically by creating bins. So we can call it age bin. And the size of the bin is basically the number of years between each bucket. We'll just do 10 years. And if we pull that in there, you see we have a null value. Go ahead and pull in the number of records and then circle back to that null. So here we go. Now we have a distribution of all passengers on the Titanic.
Yeah, it does work.
Number of records. Where did you see number of records?
No, that one is the tested CSV count.
Text what?
That one is the next to CSV, under CSV, there is tested CSV count.
I'm lost.
Did he added some?
Okay, tested CSV count. He just put it there.
Now for him, I don't know if that one is that one some or what? Because for me, tested
number of records.
That one he has placed survived.
It's not survival. It's some number of record I'm seeing here, and I can't see number of record on my own.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Let me
just reverse it back, Miss.
Number of records is the I don't know if it's the count, because It is the tested CSV count.
Automatically by creating bins. So we can call it age bin, and the size of the bin is basically the number of years between each bucket. We'll just do 10 years. And if we pull that in there, see we have a null value. We'll go ahead and pull in the number of records and then circle back to that.
Number of records.
So here we go. Now we have a distribution of
Wait.
all.
I don't have number of records.
So for us, we have the tested CSV count.
Okay, let us put tested CSV counts. Okay.
Because if you see under it, there is measure values.
Yes. Okay.
All passengers on the Titanic. We're going to go ahead and pull out the null here. It's very important to note that when I pull this over, I'm not just clicking on it and pulling it over. I'm hitting on a PC Control. On a Mac, you would use the command button and then left click at the same time and pulling this field over to the filters bar. And if I uncheck the null value there, apply, and then OK, that gives me the distribution without the null values.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to check everything.
His file is different from ours.
So this is great, but I want to have some context here by adding percentages. So if I take number of records here again and pull it up to the rows bar and then hit this down arrow here, and you basically have this drop down and then quick table calculation.
Yeah.
Tested value to that place again.
Percent of.
So
Total.
filter, quick calculations. Okay, are we all here?
Yes.
And then percent of total. Okay. So
No,
now
madam.
it is add. We have the volumes here above, and then the.
Okay, you're lost.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what that did is add. We have the volumes here above, and then the percent of total below.
Are you?
Just pull it back.
Up to
like 13
bar.
Okay.
And then
took the sum of value
this down arrow here and
left click, right clicked.
You basically have this drop down and then quick table calculation and then percent of total.
Miss, can you put it
now?
You didn't get that? Huh?
Yeah, I didn't get.
And if I uncheck the null value there.
Okay, I didn't want to check my own null value. How did we even get there?
Apply and then OK. That gives me the distribution without the null values. So this is great, but I want to have some context here by adding percentages.
I'm not seeing this graph.
So if I take number of records here.
But do you have something similar?
I'm just seeing just one line graph.
Can you see better now?
Here again, and pull it up to the rows bar, and then hit this down arrow here, and you basically have this drop down and then quick table calculation, and then percent of total. Okay, so now what that did is add, we have the volumes here above and then the percent of total below. But I really don't have any labels, so I need to add the labels here so this makes sense. In the marks bar, this basically allows you to change the coloring, the labels, the size of your chart, and you have three, in this example, you have three sections. You have all, this section, which is the summation of all of the records, and then this bottom one represents basically the percent of total. So for the second one, we want to go ahead and pull in the labels here to add the labels, the column labels to each bar. So I'm going to hit Control on my PC, Command on a Mac, and then left click, hold those together, and then drag it over to the labels box. And you can see that it adds the labels there.
Wow.
We're going to do the same thing now, but for the bottom section
Awesome.
and the percent of total.
Yeah.
Control.
What did it do?
You see the tested CSV file? He dragged it and dropped it at the label section.
Yes, I did that. And it dropped, it dropped under the, it didn't go back.
He just dropped it and it was reflected.
And mine is not going back. After putting on label, it's not going back. It just stayed under that label.
Yeah,
and
even mine stayed under the label.
There's something we didn't get. Let's go back. There's something we didn't get because for it to come back, mine didn't come back either.
And you have three, in this example, you have three sections. You have all, this section, which is the summation of all of the records, and then this bottom one represents basically the percent of total. So for the second one, we want to go ahead and pull in the labels here to add the labels, the column labels to each bar. So I'm going to hit Control on my PC, Command on a Mac, and then left click, hold those together, and then drag it over to the labels box. And you can see that it adds the labels there. We're going to do the same thing now, but for the bottom section.
Okay.
And the percent of total. Control, left click.
Okay, for us, we don't have to press Control.
You have to press Control.
And you can see now on top we have the volumes and then the percentage of the total number of records below. So this is great, but what it really doesn't give us is whether, you know, we want to know if age was an influencing variable on whether or not the passenger survived. So we're going to use the survived variable here, and it's a measure. Tablau treated that as a measure when it pulled it in to the data set, but we really want to treat that as a categorical variable, so we want to convert it from a measure to a dimension. And the way you do that is you hover over the variable, click down here, and then convert to dimension. So now that's a dimension. It moves up to, from measures up to the dimension section. And we want to color these bars based on whether the passenger survives or not. So I'm going to hold down Control and then left click on my PC, Command left click on the Mac in order to drag this field over. But I want to apply that color to both sections. So I'm going to click on the All Marks box here and then click on it, Control, left click, hold, and then drag that over to color. And then you can see this legend pops up over here on the right. And what that represents is if it's orange,
Did you get that?
Yes.
It did for one, it didn't do for the two. What happened?
Yours is, it only applied for one.
Yes.
Mine applied for both. The up and the low.
So what could have happened? That means I must have missed something.
Have you share? Have you connected? Can you share your screen?
Okay, that means I have to stop sharing this.
Yeah.
Zoom. Share screen. Mohammed, are you with us?
Yeah, Miss. You guys, yeah.
So
I'm
what?
seeing you have added into the, not in the all parts. You have added into the third one. That's the
Okay,
problem.
I should have added it to the all.
Yeah. No, you first have to open that all.
I should first dismiss this. Okay, remove. So I go to survive, control.
You open all first.
Just
Open
click
all.
the all section. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Now
Then
drag and drop it to the color section.
to the colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
good.
Well done. So let me stop sharing and stop share now. Okay, stop share. I will go back to the. Okay, so we
Orange, then that represents a survivor, the survivor portion of the population, and blue is the non-survivor population.
Wow.
So you can see what the distribution looks like here in terms of
Wait.
the total number of records by age bin, and then you can compare.
I still have an
each
issue. I've missed something
ratio,
somewhere.
the percentage.
Well, just pause the video.
My own percentages are not showing in the top one.
But even the total percentage are not showing on the top one.
I mean, my labels are not even showing in the top one.
Then you didn't apply it to all. You remember the way you've done it for survival?
Okay.
Yeah, you have to do it for both of them. Now you'll pick the tested CSV and drop it to all, where it was labeling.
Okay.
Just undo. I don't know where you can get the
tested CSV. Label.
And drag it to the label.
Okay. It's showing percentages.
Yes. For both of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, one is percentage, the one below is percentage, the one on top is figures.
Exactly. Even ours is like that.
Mine is showing percentages for up and down.
Label. Let me just see this one.
How do I undo?
For the percentage.
Control Z will work.
Huh?
No, Control Z, it will revoke everything.
Control what?
Control Z will revoke everything. Now you see on the tested CSV file.
Okay.
It was this button. Let me just see this button first of all.
Let me share my screen so that you see where I am and then. So can you see where I am? What I'm saying?
Yes.
This first one is not supposed to be figures. It's not supposed to be percentage, it's supposed to be figures.
Just figures. So on the tested CSV file that you dragged and you dropped on the second one, you dropped on the second one.
On the second one,
you see, the one that you dropped on the rows section.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just click the arrow pointing downwards.
Mm-hmm.
And then the quick table calculation.
Okay.
Yeah, that is where we were supposed to do the percentage total. That was the only place we were supposed to do the percent of total.
Okay. So if
Yeah.
I pick this one.
Now, if you had picked the first one, then it means that you have to remove it. Quick table. It was quick table calculation down there.
No. Mm-hmm.
It has not been marked. The problem. Because yours is just okay. Or you can remove it and then start afresh.
Where remove it? Remove?
Yes, remove all of them. Just
it's not starting afresh.
Just remove all of them. It will not start afresh because you see on this other side where there is marks and all and then CSV, there are some files that are there also.
So even if I remove
all of them, because also on this other side we shall remove all. Just leave the edge one, just leave it. Now remove the ones that are on the marks section.
These ones?
Yes, remove all of them. Even the second one. There is another one on the all section.
Bin?
No. Now marks, there is automatic and there is another section where you selected all.
Miss, even remove this.
Yes, then.
Showing.
What happened?
Yeah, now drag and drop it.
I should drag and drop now?
Yes. That's the first one. Drag and drop the second one again.
Okay.
Yes. Now you see it's okay. There's nothing. So on the second one, just click the drop down. Quick table calculations and then percentage.
Percentage total.
Yes, percentage total.
We have not even put label.
We will put the label now. Pick, drag and drop the CNT tested CSV file. Drag and drop it to the label section now. Click on the all. Yeah, drag and drop it. Drag and drop it. Yes. Drag and drop it to the label section.
With control, right?
Yes. Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this one.
Now that one, go to the quick table calculations, then percentage total.
It's not showing percentage total.
Now the percentage total for me, it's showing at the margin, at the y-axis.
It should show on the label. Okay. Okay. This is where we are. Thanks.
Yeah. If you don't follow, you just go. That's great.
Yes, once you miss it, you have to. If we had a larger class, I wonder how we'll be going front and back like this.
Right, relative to all the passengers. So this is great. We're going to call this, I'm going to rename this tab. So I just double clicked here on the sheet. And we'll call it age. Okay.
What did you do?
Now the good part is that we've already built this out, so we don't have to redo this for every variable. So,
I didn't even get that.
you know, each ratio, the percentage, each age bucket to see if that age grouping had a disproportionate survival rate relative to all of the passengers. So this is great. We're going to call this, I'm going to rename this tab. So I just double clicked here on the sheet. And we'll call it age. Okay. And now the good part is that we've already built this out, so we don't have to redo this for every variable. So I'm going to right click here and then duplicate. And so what I'm going to do now is just swap out age for another variable. So in this case, we're going to use passenger class. So I want to get rid of age bin. So what I did to get rid of that is I just clicked on it, left clicked, no control or command button, and then just dragged it below. And that got, you know, that removed it from the filter. And I can do the same thing here, just drag it away. And here we're just stuck with, you know, left with these the summations of each category here. So now I want to add passenger class. This
I'm lost
also
there.
is a measure, so we want to convert
Just
that.
pause a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. What he first did was to go to age.
He
The
renamed
sheet.
it.
The sheet. He renamed
He
it.
renamed
age.
it.
Then he
Yeah.
right-clicked and duplicated it. So he now went to the duplicated sheet and removed the age from the bin, from the filter, and from the column. He removed the age bin and the age from the column. That was what he did. So let's look at it again.
And then just dragged it.
I didn't
That
understand how he
that removed it from the filter. Age bucket
When
to see
you
if that
rename,
age
when
grouping
you
had a
rename the sheet,
disproportionate.
when you
Yes.
rename the sheet age, then you right-clicked and duplicated. Right-click, then click duplicate. So you see another age beside age 2, beside the normal age.
I can't do that, miss. I'm not.
Just done.
Now, have you seen sheets under your screen? Under your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, click on it and name it age. Double click and
I
name
did
it
that.
age. So now right click on sheet,
Okay.
on age.
Duplicate.
Yes, duplicate.
Okay, H2. So it goes to the H2.
Yeah, so we are now in H2. It's now trying to clear the variables because we want to use it for something else.
Okay.
Rate relative
It's trying to clear the age
all the
variable
passengers.
because we want to use it for something else. We want to use passenger
This is great.
class
We're going
now.
to call this, I'm going to rename this tab. So I just double clicked here on the sheet. We'll call it age. Okay. And now the good part is that we've already built this out, so we don't have to redo this for every variable. So I'm going to right click here and then duplicate. And so what I'm going to do now is just swap out age for another variable.
Awesome.
So in this case, we're going to use passenger class. So I want to get rid of age bin. So what I did to get rid of that is I just clicked on it, left clicked, no control or command button, and then just dragged it below. And that got, you know, that removed it from the filter. And I can do the same thing here, just drag it away. And here we're just stuck with, you know, left with these.
Okay, can you stop it here?
So are you here?
Yeah, for me, I'm there.
Mohammed, are you with us?
I'm trying to remove, but it's not.
Just click it and drag it under in this blank space below. Click it and drag it in this blank space below. In this blank space.
Now it's
okay. So we can continue.
Yeah.
Each category here. So now I want to add passenger class. This also was treated as a measure, so we want to convert that to a dimension. Drag that over. We only have 3 classes here. I can drag this over, this chart, to expand it.
Yeah.
So you first converted it into dimension.
Did he use the P class?
Yes, P class. You know, P class is down. So we first converted it into a dimension, so it went up. And now dragged it to column.
Yeah.
But I think even instead of going through all those formula of going to the dimension, if you drag it and drop it to the tables class, it will still work.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Don't
try
worry.
to drag and
Okay, well, you just drag it from there. It might have a reason why it said we should make it dimension first. Maybe because of measurements.
Maybe.
Okay, shall we continue?
Yeah.
So that makes more sense. We do not have any null values here, which is great. And you can see that it automatically populates everything. So that's great. We can change the name here to P class to represent passenger class. Duplicate that.
So did he rename the Edge 2 and made it to passenger class?
Children. Yes. Let's look at that.
What did he does there?
For the Titanic.
He just double click on Edge 2 and renamed it passenger class. So he's now trying to check the dictionary for some things to interpret now. Even though we didn't see dictionary with our own.
Number of sibling spouses aboard the Titanic.
He's trying to look at something else that is measurable.
We're going to look at sibling spouses. We'll convert that to a dimension. Swap that out. There we go.
Oh.
Rename this sibling.
Pause.
There's some.
Wait.
He's fast there.
A duplicated P class again. We have P class 2. So it's now trying to use another variable. So let's duplicate P class again. So we have P class 2 that he wants to use for sibling. Did we get that?
P class, yes.
After renaming P class, he duplicated it. So we now have P class 2. So he's now trying to look at sibling. And this is already relationship between survival and
parents of children. Let's look at that. Number of parents, children aboard the Titanic.
Did he put that sibling?
Titanic.
That's what he wants to use now.
We're gonna look at
I guess he converted to
convert that to a dimension.
Dimension, right?
Yes.
Swap that out. There we go. Rename this sibling, spouse.
So that means he removed P class.
And I'm going to create one more chart, one more sheet. And it's basically going to be whether or not they survive, just to get a feel for, out of all the passengers.
He removed P class from P class 2.
Yes.
And put sibling. So we have a new chart. So now he's doing another one. I want to believe he's doing another one now. He wants to do another one now.
No, so, he made the SP a dimension as well.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it has worked, yeah.
So he now duplicated siblings again. He wants to do another one. So on siblings 2 now. Are we together?
Yes, yes.
What did he remain? Sibling what? He renamed with what?
we now have H, P class siblings. Then we are duplicating sibling to make it sibling 2 to do something else with sibling 2. Do we get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many survived? So I'm going to pull over the survived variable here, and then number of records. And this does not look very nice, right? So we can actually change the chart type over here. If you click on...
He's using sheet 4 now.
Over here in the top right corner.
He's using
I'm going to actually just create a pie chart. I feel like that makes a lot of sense for this
Okay, so it changed
type
it
of information.
to pie chart.
You know, it's going to be one or the other. They survived or they didn't survive.
Just pause it.
Drag that out to make it a little
Take
bit.
it a little bit back. I think he was too fast somewhere there.
All of the passengers, how many survived? So I'm going to pull over the survived variable here, and then number of records. And this does not look very nice, right? So we can actually change the chart type over here. If you click on Show Me, over here in the top right corner, I'm going to actually just create a pie chart. I feel like that makes a lot of sense for...
Oh,
show more. Yeah, I've seen it. Pie chart here. It has worked.
So are we okay now?
Yes.
Information, you know, it's going to be one or the other. They survived or they didn't survive, and I can drag that out to make it a little bit bigger. And when you click on the pie chart option here, it automatically adds these labels. And what I can do in order to add the labels to the visual itself is Control left click and drag that up to the label. Command left click if you're on a Mac, and then add. Okay, so that worked. Now I want to add survived. The 1 and the 0. So 1 represents a survivor, 0 represents a non-survivor.
Name that
sheet survived.
Sorry, I have done something. This thing should have undo now.
I've done it. Yeah, I'm okay.
I was trying to do the label of the 1 and 0 and I dragged it. I now have everything blue.
I don't know what he did there.
He just controlled.
I think I have to start again.
Do you have the chart? The graph?
No, yeah. let me. I have to start again. Okay. So what did we have? We had that CSV count against survived, right?
Yes.
No. Yeah, gaga. Let me share my screen now. And I got it up to here. It was just to put the 1 and 0. It scattered everything. Let me share my screen, please. So what am I to do now?
Now you are to pick the CSV file.
Okay.
And drop it on the raw section.
Okay.
And survive. Drop it on the column section.
See what it's giving me.
No. Just a minute.
You know what I'm going to do? Let me duplicate sibling again or what do you think?
And then you
remove the sibling too.
So I must, okay, how do I remove sibling 2? Delete. Okay, so we dropped this, right?
You dropped that one, yes, and you replaced it. You dropped also that.
I replaced it with survived.
Survived.
Uh-huh. Then
yes,
we drop
and then
this.
Yes, drop that. Now go to show me, show more.
Show more or
yes, now that one. Now on the control.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes.
The guy, he wasn't using the siblings. He created a new sheet. He was using a new sheet.
Is using, okay.
You can just rename
He was
the new
using
sheet.
4.
You can just rename the sheet. That one doesn't have any.
A blank sheet. He didn't duplicate the sheet.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
he used a blank sheet.
Whether you duplicate or not, you can just rename it. It doesn't have any problem. Now just drag, control and drag and drop it to the label section.
What am I dragging and dropping?
Now you see this, the tested CSV net on the marks section. On the small chat box section, yeah, drag and drop it to the label section, control, yeah, drop it there, and also survive. Now pick survive, drop it there on the label section. Okay. Yeah, now you're done.
Okay. So stop share.
Okay, so now we have
hello, miss.
We have age, passenger class, sibling, spouse, and survive.
Hello, miss.
Yes.
And that's great.
I'm stuck in the place of survive and the test. I didn't do it. Mine is just showing blank. Let me share for a minute.
Okay, you want to share?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yes. Okay, you have not labeled yet.
So what did he do? Did he added here straight?
You control, survive, control, then you pick survive to label.
Survive to the middle. Here.
Press control. Oh. Then pick survive to the label. Don't release your hand. Control. No, to label.
To label where there is label. Just drag and drop.
Okay, okay.
Section. Yeah.
Okay.
And then also the texted CSV file.
Okay.
Yeah, you're done.
So that's where we are. So you can unshare so that we can continue.
Okay.
So I think what he's trying to do next, he says we have 4 sheets. So how do we now put it on Tableau? So name your last sheet survived.
Okay, so now we have 4 sheets. We have age, passenger class, sibling, spouse, and survived. And that's great. We can actually use this information to create a dashboard in Tableau. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But what I want to cover very quickly is how to create your own measure. Okay, so I'm going to use age for this. I'm going to, instead of using the bins, create a calculated field. We'll call it custom.
What did he just do?
Bins.
Now he said he wants to teach us how to use our own, how to create our own measure instead of using a bin. You know, a bin was, we said it should classify it 10-10, the age by 10-10 years. So yes. Now he wants to teach us how to write a script to do that.
We're going to say if. So now we have 4 sheets. We have age, passenger class, sibling, spouse, and survived. And that's great. We can actually use this information to create a dashboard in Tableau. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But what I want to cover very quickly is how to create your own measure. Okay? So I'm going to use age for this. I'm going to, instead of using the bins, create a calculated field. We'll call it custom age bins. We're going to say if age is less than or equal to 10, then 0 to 10, else if age greater than 10 and age less than or equal to, let's just say 20, then 11 to 20. Passenger class, sibling, spouse, and survived.
Just pause it so that we can write the code.
In fact, it's like,
And that's great. We can actually use this information to create a dashboard in Tableau. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But what I want to cover very quickly is how to create your own measure. Okay? So I'm going to use age for this. I'm going to, instead of using the bins, create a calculated field. We'll call it custom age bins. We're going to say if age is less than or equal to 10, then 0 to 10, else if age greater than 10 and age less than or equal to, let's just say 20, then 11 to 20. Else if, you get the idea. I'm not going to do this for every age bucket. We'll just lump everybody else in over 20. We'll just put them in 20 plus, so they're 20 years plus. And then if I add the end there, I've got an else if and an else, so I'm going to go ahead and remove else if, and so then I have an else, which will be the catch-all at the end if it doesn't fall within one of these buckets, and then the end of the statement. Apply. And now I'm going to duplicate.
Wait. Then else, I didn't get the last statement. Else if greater than 20. 20 plus, else 20 plus.
Miss, can you send that code to the chat? Because I'm not seeing those small things.
Okay, I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm really struggling to check.
I'm coming. Let me put it on the chat. Okay. It's on the chat.
Oh, thank you. Why is mine having an error?
That's if,
There's another error. I don't know why there is an error on the else section.
Why is my if giving me error?
Of mine, it has worked.
But you use small letter IF now.
No, you don't use small letter. You just, well,
I even put the function IF and it's still.
Just copy the code that I've shared on the chat section.
Okay. Okay.
It's okay.
Let me copy. I didn't put the age in.
The first one is supposed to be if age.
But I didn't put it in open and close brackets. It didn't. Okay.
I've included
it is in open and close brackets here. I didn't.
Yes.
You know, I don't code. It's ages I had to code. So I'm not used to all those. And it's syntax that discourages me from coding. I say, I've done it now, but what is happening was simple syntax. Yeah, so I've applied. Okay. So we continue.
Yes.
I didn't put the age in brackets. Can you imagine?
There. I've got else if and an else, so I'm going to go ahead and remove.
On which page
and
did
then
he
I have
apply
an else, which
that?
will be the catch-all at the end if it doesn't fall within one of
No,
the
on which sheet?
statement.
He didn't apply it to any sheet. He was just writing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've written
now I'm
it.
going to duplicate the age tab for this example and swap out age bin for my custom age group.
Now go back to the age tab.
So now you can see it's 0 through 10, 11 through 20, 20 plus. And
age.
And now remove the SP on top and replace it with the age that you.
I'm just lost.
No, what's happening here?
Custom. Now you replace it with custom age.
I can't even find my age.
No, the custom age that you had customized.
Even my age, I hope I didn't delete it. The age sheet, I can't find it.
You can find the age sheet. No, just copy paste and use the age sheet, age 2.
I said, I can't find my age sheet.
Share your screen.
So this is.
Wow. Click on the siblings. Survive.
What is this?
There's a mistake somewhere.
I can't find the age, but you shouldn't just be deleting things like that.
No, there's something that happened. For me, I have all of them, but you can just do it on the siblings section. Just click the siblings section or duplicate it first of all. Yeah. Now click on the sibling section, just replace the sibs SP with age, the custom age. Just drag and drop, remove that one and replace it with custom age.
Custom age or age bin that we used.
No. Yes, yeah, that one, edge bin. No, why is it edge bin 2? It's not supposed to be that.
That was what I used. I don't want edge bin. So the custom edge didn't save now. So this now becomes my edge, right?
Now that one becomes your edge 2.
And
your
edge
graph
and
is,
edge 2, I didn't see any. Is this edge 2 or
your,
edge?
your graph is very different from the one that I have, yet we have the same data.
I didn't remove null value.
Oh, now that's it.
Even what happened to my survived now? That is where it applied the edge bin. What's this now? Okay. So that's custom edge. What happened to it now?
Now custom edge, after you've applied, after you had customized it, you apply and then you press OK. So that it
it didn't save. On what did I customize it?
But
okay, we just went to edge, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Create
calculated
field.
Yes.
Okay.
Now copy paste
Okay, it's on calculation 1.
Oh.
That's what should be on calculation 1. So what happens now?
Now on the calculation 1, on this, go now to edge. I don't know if it's edge 2. Now you see edge. Yeah, now remove the edge bin.
Let me
remove
it.
Yes, duplicate it and remove the edge bin, and replace it with custom calculation 1. Yeah, now that's exactly what I have. So that's where he stopped.
Okay. That's true. Mohammed, are you with us?
Yeah, he's just going to washroom. He'll be back.
Okay. So it remains to put it on a dashboard, and we'll be true for now. If you have the energy, you come and do what you did. What time should you fix for that?
This one is awesome. This one is interesting.
He's going to put it on a dashboard now. So let Mohammed come.
Okay.
Then we try and look for data ourselves. Then we need to try and look for data ourselves, even to work with and get understanding of data.
I've really enjoyed it. This one is amazing.
I hope Mohammed didn't go and pray.
let me just confirm.
Because he can have gone to pray now. Let us just continue.
Let us just continue, yeah.
Because we have, maybe what we do is to share the video.
We can use the bin function to do that really quickly. I think the point of that exercise was to show you how to create a calculated field. So I really don't need that anymore, so I'm going to delete it. So now we want to take these sheets that we've created and we want to make a dashboard, okay? So to do that, you can see these 3 tabs here below with the
I can't see
chart there, and then the 4 boxes, and then
you can see the 3 tabs.
We want to click on the dashboard button, the new dashboard button. Okay.
Which one is the dashboard?
This creates a blank canvas for us to create a dashboard. And this thing always, for whatever reason.
Which one is the dashboard?
The second one with boxes.
Okay.
Yeah. The square one with the plus, that's the dashboard.
Wrong. So I just change it. You click on this little down arrow here, and then the other one right below it, and choose automatic, and it expands it.
What is it doing?
To fit your screen. And then we just double click each of these sheets. and we want to make a dashboard, okay? So to do that, you can see these 3 tabs here below with the little chart there, and then the 4 boxes, and then what's called a story. We want to click on the dashboard button, the new dashboard button. Okay, so what this does is creates a blank canvas for us to create a dashboard. And this thing always, for whatever reason, the size is always wrong. So I just change it, click on this little down arrow here, and then the other one right below it, and choose automatic, and it expands it to fit your screen. And then we just double click each of these sheets. So age, class, sibling, survived. Okay. That was really fast, really easy. You kind of pull this stuff together and add it to a dashboard. And I don't like this number of records thing over here. I can click on it and check, hit the X and it will remove it. And let's say I want to have survived up here in the top section. I can move that around. You can drag and drop these sections to fit your needs. There we go. Let's say I want to expand this some. You can actually just hover your mouse out a little ways and drag that so that it stands out a little bit more. And you can change the colors here. So I can change the survived or non-survived. I want to change that to green to change the 1 to green to represent that they survived, and then the 0 to red. I could do that here and it will change all of them.
Where did you pick colors?
There you go.
Just go back. I'm also lost.
So age, class, sibling, survived. Okay. That was really fast, really easy. To kind of pull this stuff together and add it to a dashboard. And I don't like this number of records thing over here. I can click on it and check, hit the X and it will remove it. And let's say I want to have survived up here in the top section. I can move that around. You can drag and drop these sections to fit your needs. There we go. Let's say I want to expand this some. You can actually just hover your mouse out a little ways and drag that so that it stands out a little bit more. And you can change the colors here. So I can change the survived or non-survived. I want to change that to green. Change the 1 to green to represent that they survived.
Go to that show me. Show me at the corner, top right corner. Yeah. Then you see the legend. Then you just clicked on the color.
No, the problem is that mine is not showing those ones.
No. It's
kindly on the show me section, please just take it back a little bit.
Okay.
And then the 0 to red. I could do that here. I can move that around.
Now look at this.
Drag and drop these sections to fit your needs. There we go. So I want to expand this some. You can actually just hover your mouse out a little ways and drag that so that it stands out a little bit more. And you can change the colors here.
Okay.
So I can change the survived.
Did you see where I picked the colors?
Yes, I've seen.
I can move.
Okay.
I can move that around. You can drag and drop these sections to fit your needs. There we go. So I want to expand this some. You can actually just hover your mouse out a little ways and drag that so that it stands out a little bit more. And you can change the colors here. So I can change the survived or non-survived. I want to change that to green to change the 1 to green to represent that they survived, and then the 0 to red. I could do that here and it will change all of them. There you go. Some nice Christmas colors. But we can drag this over as well, make it fit more symmetrical, and then increase the size of this as well, and reposition it. So we just, in a matter of minutes, were able to create sheets and then a dashboard. And yeah, that's really fantastic. I don't, all these other tools that you could use like Click or D3 or I don't know, it takes a while. You got to know how to code in those software programs in order to make the visualizations. And it's just a pain. So the thing I like about Tableau is it's really easy. I compare it to like an iPhone, where a child can basically pick up an iPhone and immediately start using it. It's that intuitive. Tableau is that way for visualization. It's really that simple. You just literally drag and drop until you get what you want.
So
really
this is the
especially the red
dashboard now. Then it will try and tell us some interpretations, some inferences we can get from it.
Okay, that's a little bit better. But anyway, we only dealt with a few of these variables here. You can get a feel for how many people survived. It looks like, and we could actually add the percentages here as well. But it looks like most people did not survive. So it's really sad. And you can look at this chart here and say, out of the people that did survive, it looks like, if they were between the ages of 20 and 30, you had a better success rate there. And for the passenger classes, it looks like if you were, in the first class, you had a better shot, 15% versus, less than 10% here, and then 13% here. And siblings and spouses, those that had, I guess, fewer siblings and spouses, they survived at a higher rate, which is obviously pretty sad. But this really kind of brings to life the data. We all know what happened with the Titanic, and if we were to just look at this data here in the data source, just looking at this, there's only 891 rows. You might be able to even look at this and sort of pick up some trends, but what if that number was 8 million rows, right? There's no way you could go through that data. And honestly, there's no way you could get this data into Excel. I know Excel's gotten better, but just the expedience with which you can pull data in and look at it, I'm not sure that you could do that with any other software that's available. And then quickly create these sheets and then dashboards. And thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for the session, man. It was really enjoyable.
So now what I want
for just $67, you can make as many videos as you want, and you never need to pick up a camera or use any fancy editing software.
Now what I want us to do is, you see this chapter 2, question 2, it says, using the visualization MDFG data set available as an Excel sheet on the book website. Were you able to locate that sheet? I think I did.
Using what?
Question 2 from chapter 3 says, download Tableau, follow the academic whatever. I say using the visualization MGD data set available on the Excel file as an Excel file on the workbook. Answer the following questions. That is, we should take that file and start doing some things. What is the relationship between? So that file, were you able to locate it? Let me see. Because since this is our Tableau, we need to run with it before it disappears. So I think we need to do some extra work. But what do you think?
We can sign in using different email.
Yeah?
We can sign in using different email, but in between the week, we continue doing
yes.
It.
So you said you're able to do 1 or 2 exercises? Huh?
No, that one was exercise unit chapter 1.
Okay, the chapter 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I have the visualization data set.
Share your screen.
Let me see if I can share it on the chat so that we can practice that. And probably any other one that has to do with, where's chat now? It's data set. It's not share screen now. It's share chat. Okay. So I think I should have an idea of how to use that now. But this Tableau that is on my daughter's system. Okay, that means I will try and log in with my own email on my own Tableau or my own system. So you share the assignments on the desktop, on the group chat. Then another thing is that I don't know how.
I'll show them what we've done today so that they can also know they've missed a lot.
Yes. You see, you don't give up. You just keep trying. It may look as if the thing doesn't have shape. But somehow, if we keep at it, it will get shape and form.
Yes.
It will get shape and form and we'll be able to learn. Everybody is learning. So do you have the recording on your system or something?
I've not recorded it on my system. You are recording it on your end.
Okay, let me see. But that thing, I can only share it on Gmail. I can only share it as a shared file. So what you will do is that you will send me your Gmail account. So that is the...
Oh, this is the visualization. Okay.
Yeah. So let's try and answer question 2.
Okay.
So you share me your Gmail account so that I can share the video.
Okay, there it is. But
okay.
Do you have a YouTube channel? See, you can just put it on your YouTube channel.
Okay, I do have a YouTube channel. How do I locate it? I know I have one.
Yeah, just locate it, then you upload it on your YouTube channel and share it later. Okay. Just share the link on the WhatsApp section.
Okay.
Because it will also benefit you in a very big way.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
So what time do you say we can meet again?
Maybe not on Monday, on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before the 7 days are over.
Yes, because of the trial versions. It's okay. It's okay. So see you then. So you post this assignment, this number 2, they should go and do it. You share the file. Then he said I should try and share the video on my YouTube channel. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, bro.
Okay.